What's up, guys? It's L Rates Music here today, and today we will be reviewing Playboi Carti's new album, I Am Music. In honor of that, I thought I'd bring out the Vamp beanie, watch, get a little opium fit going, but let's get into the review. So the album starts off on a really aggressive note with the first track, Pop Out. It's a very chaotic and very, just driven, it's not that opium sound really, but it's definitely very aggressive, which I'd say that's probably one of the most aggressive songs on the album. Another one being maybe Walk, or it doesn't really get as aggressive as it does at the start of that, but yeah, this album has a lot to give. It's like 30 something songs. Yeah, it has a lot to give, and I think that's where most of the hate is coming from right now. It's from people not fully discovering this album, and this is kind of what happened with Whole Lotta Red, and within 2 or 3 months, everyone was loving it. I think Whole Lotta Red, I dare say it changed underground rap. There was people doing that kind of really rage, kind of dark type of beats before him, but he was the one who really made it mainstream enough for people to latch onto that and really kind of go with it. And then that kind of spawned some of these artists like King Carson, Destroy Lonely, and like Osama's Son, Lil O, like all of them. I don't think they would be as popular or as much of a figure as they are today if it wasn't for Whole Lotta Red. But going from Whole Lotta Red to I Am Music, I think I Am Music opens up a whole lot more, because at first, before he released it, I kind of expected it to almost be like a Great Chaos type of album, like just really like dark beats, just that opium, just like total dark sound, but it really had a lot to offer in just variety. And I've noticed that's kind of a big part of a lot of Playboi Carti's albums, is that he has a lot to offer, and like from Pop Out to like South Atlanta Baby, there's such different songs and different styles, and especially like to like I See You Baby Boy, like the vocal chops, it's so different from song to song, and I think a lot of that has to do with just Playboi Carti taking so long on the album, because within the time where he kind of first started rolling out iMusic, he had been going through different phases, and you can kind of see that with some of his like fit pics and stuff he posts on Instagram. Like, he was going through different stages of an artist throughout the time of him throughout the time of him saying he was going to release this album. And I think a lot of that has to do with just an artist changing as a person and just going through these changes. But again, iMusic, really good album. So a big thing about this album too that people were kind of having a problem with is the Kendrick Lamar verses, because Kendrick Lamar have been getting very, very popularized recently, just because of all the stuff happening with Drake and all that. You can really see kind of him going so mainstream that people are almost like going against him, almost, just because of how popular he's gotten. But I do think his verse did make a lot of sense on Good Credit. As much people don't like his verse or didn't fit, it fit on Good Credit. How he took the beat, how he kind of went with it. And going off of Kendrick, all the other features on this album are just like top tier. They really are. Like Future, every song he's on is just hook after hook. It's just bangs after each one. Like, it's such a good. All the features on it were good, and all the Lil Uzi verses, top tier. Travis, his verses were as good as Travis Scott's features usually go. He's usually a lot better on his own songs, but that's just my opinion. And the Weeknd feature, that was one of the best ones on the album. Features on this album they really came and showed out. Like, the features on this album were one of the best parts of it. And then we can get into Carti's actual part in this album, and that's his styles of his verses, his flows. He changes his flows on a bunch of different songs. Like, he has a lot of different flows in this entire album, because when he started rolling out like his like deep voice, in like 2024, or well, I guess it started off in Theme. He's been kind of having this deep voice, and you didn't really see that a whole lot in this album. It was really kind of more his new kind of flow he's going for, where it's kind of like it's almost like him like just kind of singing instead of like actually like rapping or doing the baby voice or anything like that. And you can see that a lot like on Timeless, that's not on this album, but you can see that on a lot of them, is that he's kind of starting to use that instead of the deep voice, and that goes back to kind of his journey of an artist, going from what he wants in the moment to what he wants when he releases his album, because that can definitely change a lot. But in the end, I really like the album, and I'm going to have to give it a 9, and I think it's reversed on there, but I'm giving it a 9. It's just such a good album. I'm just going to wait till summer hits, because that's when it's going to start taking off. People are going to start unpacking it, because it's 30 songs. Like, that is a massive amount of media to consume, especially across a wide of a fan base as he has. I really think once it hits summer, we have a lot of good like summer, like what is it? We need the vibes or whatever. Amazing song, amazing. Felt like 2016. Amazing song. But other than that, it's a good album. It's gonna grow on people. That's all I'm gonna say.